new owner of the fastest knockout in UFC history. A lot of these guys, Dwayne Ludwig, Todd Duffy, felt like maybe their records were safe. Jorge Masvidal has upset the apple cart, and the great Gamebred now joins us live. Anyone who has followed your career, I think, is really happy that you were able to realize this moment tonight. Congrats, my man.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing, man?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
I bet.
So I know Joe Rogan asked you after the fact if this was something that you thought about doing or if it was instinctual. Was this something that you had thought maybe might be a strategy that you could employ right out of the shoot tonight?
A combo of things. I knew I wanted, you know, since he's a wrestler, I wanted to immediately throw that knee or something of that gate, not at the first strike, but I did want to throw him to let him know you can't just duck and shoot in here because there's consequences. And when I was in there, the way he was acting, that he was coming forward, I was like, oh, this idiot's going to bite, man. This fish is going to bite, you know, especially with the little, you know, I'm not here to fight stuff, you know, and he just fell for it right away, man. So I'm just happy, man. It worked to a T.
All he's going to look for is the takedown. We saw that in his last fight. We're seeing all his fights. He doesn't really have a stand-up game. He's one-dimensional. So, of course, to get the takedown, you got to come here. It's the oldest trick in the book to say throw a flying knee, but it's also risky because you give them the leg. But I got to say, man, that was perfectly executed.
Thank you. So I'll give the leg any at that exchange. I'll give the leg whenever they want. That's where the risk to reward, and that's also comes from my team that I could have missed and he could have ended up with the leg. And then we have to wrestle, but I got that confidence in my ability that if he did take me down, I'm going to get right back up and continue to do the same thing.
And George, I got to tell you, I can't celebrate this the way you and your camp get to because that was a very scary moment. I mean, I haven't seen a guy out. He didn't even get to come and show you the correct protocol after, which is to stand there while you get your hand raised. They escorted him out. I must say, though, you did say one thing in there, which is, I'm not great at a promo. Masvidal, you are so damn good at a promo. I've got to tell you, I don't know where you possibly got that idea. You were one of the most fun
like
guys to listen to.
You guys are good at the promos. I'm getting them.
You are definitely getting to. Can I ask you, though, you're going to have some drama now. And here, let me just lay it out because it's a real thing. Colby, your boy, your ace, your teammate, your roommate, or at least former, is now the guy competing with you, competing against Dana and against the fans for who can get the mad date, should he get past Robbie, of course. How's that going to go? I mean, are you guys going to talk and laugh together? It's like, man, what happens there?
It sucks. You don't want to punch any of your friends in the face, and we've been beating the crap out of each other for years now, you know. So I don't want to turn my hand into a weapon in my knee and do that to Kobe, you know, or him have it do it to me. But I didn't get into this business to high-five with no man. I got into this business to compete, to be the best, and then when I had children and I saw the fruits of my labor could give them the best life ever, that's the only thing that matters to me. So if it's Kobe, if it's whoever it is, it doesn't matter when it's for that belt because that's where the money's at.
And he thinks he can't cut a promo.
No, I know, and I love that. I love that.
Beautiful.
Listen, I get it, you know, your teammates, you help each other, but only one can be a champion. In the words of Highlander, there can only be one.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
Here's what I want to ask you. You went off and you did that reality TV show. You went off to the jungle or something. What happened there? Because you came back and you are knocking everybody out. I mean, you put Darren Till to sleep, and then, of course, undefeated, 19-0, 7 seconds or 5, whatever it was. It was quick. What happened?
You guys want the truth?
Yep.
Please.
But this is going to be recorded, though. Everybody's going to see it.
Come on.
The truth. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have TV. I didn't have nobody else's thoughts but me in this jungle day to day to day to day. So big shout out to Hexaglon because I was a show, but I was just me, man, with my thoughts. You don't know what your thoughts are when you're in this real world, you know? So John Anik sends you a text, hey, do you want Starbucks? And Bisping's like, no, I want Dunkin' Donuts. And you're in the group chat, you're like, what do I want? You know, so I'm just happy I got to do that, you know, and it's just a lot of the training coming forth and just that firm belief in myself and decision that I'm going to get it no matter what.
You know, I've said in the past that your body of work is sort of underappreciated, and you were out for all of 2018. To Michael's point, you came back guns blazing, but you've never been a guy who's obsessed over the championship belt, right? You have dependents. You want to make money for those guys, but I'd imagine at this point, you produce the ultimate highlight here tonight. One way or another, your next fight is going to be for some piece of UFC gold.
It has to be for gold.
Right. I
Whether
mean,
it's...
Did you see Dana? Or?
I haven't seen, well, just in the cage. I haven't seen him after, but I don't think nobody could argue.
No,
you know?
no.
I'm not God or none, but I just baptized 2 individuals back to back, you know, so I think the belt is the only thing that's left for me, you know?
Yeah, and I got to ask, did you practice that a lot in training camp or just?
Yeah. We practiced it. You know, like after a long wrestling session, my coach will get out the knee pad. Hey, let's throw some flying knees, bam. It wasn't in that scenario where we're across the cage, but it was just throwing them. You know, and it's something that I do for everybody, whether it be a wrestler, a striker, anybody. You know, I always practice that.
And what about the strategy of the slow start? Was that something you, Simon? I've been making a lot to that to the fans. Maybe I have it wrong, but I noticed you came out and you even took one step the opposite direction, and then you turned and beeline. I mean, am I right? Were you kind of trying to lull him to sleep?
That's 100% accurate. Ben's a sucker, man. You know, I knew just the way he wrestled, the way he fights. When I look at all of his fights, I go, man, he's an idiot the way he fights. You know, he's just, nobody's ever done things like this to him. You know, and I'm a guy that maybe I don't always talk a lot, but I know how to get inside people's heads. And I knew that everything leading up to the fight, the way I dealt with him, and then today with the way I was carrying myself, I knew I'd get that reaction out of him, you know?
Well, you weren't going to give him the satisfaction of a couple of press conferences necessarily, but what's interesting about what you just said is that he felt like he had occupied some space in your head, and that did not appear to be the case, or did it?
Well, let's say he did occupy space in my head. Do other fighters want to do that? I mean, is that a good idea?